Hi guys, happy meeting you in my 90 days study plan to become a data analytics engineer using Python. Normally, there are multiple ways to install Python, say Anaconda, Spider, there are and Visual Studio. Like there are different applications and tools available in order to install and practice Python. Speaking about a data analytics engineer, it's actually a easy task to practice Python. 90% of my Python lectures can be done without any installations. Mark my words. Yeah, that's true. You don't want to install anything. Just the proper internet connectivity and a laptop is more sufficient because your Google Drive can do all the activities that I can do. Yeah, when we go much depth in Python, I will guide you how to install Sublime, how to install IDLE for Python, how to install Jupyter Notebook, all those things. That's all actually not needed in the nearly 80 to 90% of our travel, because now I'm going to show you some interesting Jupyter Notebook or a Google Collaboratory. Using Google Collaboratory, actually you can write code, you can write document, you can save reports, you can show pictures, anything that I do. Let's dive into the system. First way, just go to your Google Drive. Okay, once you go into your Google Drive, I hope you know how to create a Google Drive. If not, please refer some other videos here. So go to the Google Drive and click on New, More. Here you can see Google Collaboratory. If you click on that, automatically a Google Collaboratory Jupyter Notebook will open. But recently I found some people actually don't have this opportunity in their Google Drive. That's actually weird. If you are in that unfortunate situation, yeah, I also have another thing for you. Just go to Google and type Google Collab. Click on it. Again, click on Google Colab. It automatically takes you to your Google Drive, and where you can know, I'm just cancelling it because I've already opened it. So you can see this, what is the Google Collaboratory, how to getting started with it. See, all data science, machine learning, all my darling concepts are coming. That's amazing, right? No installation. Again, one of the most important thing is like regarding this data analytics or like data science or machine learning or any kind of artificial intelligence. Actually, we process with large amount of data. Sometimes the local device which we use, most of the people will be having a normal system or like government provided laptops. You'll be having your RAM specifications are very low or moderate. When you process a large amount of data, there is lots of chances for the device to get hang often. It will get hang often. So here in this Google Collaboratory, whatever the task we do, we are actually going to run on the online server. So a proper internet connection is more than enough, not a very high bandwidth. A normal moderate bandwidth is more than enough that you actually use to watch your videos. Simple. That's it. Now just go to your file, click New Notebook. Simple. You'll get a Google Collaboratory. Now I'm not going to stop by this alone. What are all the interesting, the fascinating things that you can create in a Google Collaboratory? I'm going to teach you now. You have two options here. You can see that a code, a text. By clicking on a code, by default you can run codes. By clicking on a text, you get a text box. If you want to move that, you can click on this up arrow. Amazing, right? Another text box I need. Sorry for my mispronunciation. I often mispronounce data. Please bear with me since English is not my native language. So please bear with my pronunciations. And yeah, you have something called file here. If you click on this file, you can save this, and eventually you can, if you have a GitHub, you can also have an option of saving a copy in your GitHub. You can log in with your GitHub and you can save that here, and you can open the existing notebooks which I have already created, and you can upload this notebook in any platforms that you require, and you can print it, you can download it. Once you start using it now, you will get some hands-on experience. Don't worry about it. And second one is edit. So edit, we have different functions. So at this moment, I have never used much options here in edit. And view, again, it's okay. Insert, we can use it, this particular specifications itself. And runtime, all this will come into picture when we practice with n number of data, large amount of data. and tools here. So main concept which I'm going to show you are like these are the concepts, like how to work with Google Colab, creating an heading, how to create a heading in a Google Colab. So let me open my Google Colab here. Yeah, first click on the text box. If you want to delete, click this delete, click this delete. I'm created everything. Now I'm importing a text box. Okay. Double hashtag will give you a bold letters. Say like math calculation. Inside this math calculation, again I need to have something, some subfolders kind of environment. So again I'm clicking on text box. I'm writing one hashtag space sum. Again on text box, one hashtag subtraction. Okay, you can like this, you can create multiple text box. Now I'm going back to the sum. After clicking on that sum, I'm just going to click on code. Now after that sum, I get a code text box. Now go to sub, click on code again. You will get on code. Here I'm simply writing a is equal to 2, b is equal to 3, print a plus b. Again going to sub, already I'm just let me run this, and in subtraction what I'm going to print is print a minus b. Again after let me run, I think it's blinking. Yeah, and eventually we'll run this also. So I have something called math calculation. Inside this math calculation I have created two subfolders like sum and sub. Sum is the heading, I have a code. Sub is the heading, I have a code. I got the output. Now go to this math. Okay, I think I have given a space here. Don't give a space. Okay, so that's it. If you click on this, all these folders will go beneath this. Simple. So inside math, I have sum and sub. Again, I go to math. I create a text box here. If I create a text box here, you will get an icon here. If you close this icon, it will get closed. So this is a way of creating different subfolders. Now another thing is like, okay, let me go to this sub, print, I go for another text box. And I need to make something a bold kind of letter. I'm going to have something called very bold here. So for that, let me make this. The stuff what we use in Google Collaborator is called as a, by name, what we call this as a markdown language. So markdown language are typically similar to the language HTML tags. If you heard about HTML tags like break tag, bold tag, italics, href, hyperreference, for list li, order list ol, all these tags will actually come into picture. We call them as a hypertext markup language. Here we call them as the name a markdown language. Okay. So now I'm going to create some bold text. Say bold B. Say witty gesture. So I'm getting something bold, right? If you put double hashtag, it comes more bold. For an example, I need to change the font size. You can do that. Again, one hashtag. Font size is equal to 7. Space. Font color is equal to red. Close this. I will leave some space here. Okay, you should leave some space after this bond. So font size and font color. Actually I made one mistake. Let me correct it. It's just font. After that you don't want to give size. Just give size and just give color is equal to red. So automatically you get a witty gesture. Just come out and click on any other cell, automatically you get that witty gesture. This is a way of adding things. Now again I'm adding a text. For an example, you ask me how to add an image. So to add an image, you have something called here a photo kind of symbol. If you click on this particular thing, you can go to your gallery. Let me bring my LinkedIn pic here. So once it comes, it has some sequence of alphanumeric characters. It actually throws some alphanumeric characters after that. Let me just hang up. Yes, now we have actually, now you can see this LinkedIn profile which I have exported from my gallery. So my LinkedIn profile is available. So this is how we create header, this is how we create images. So after that you can click on this and again click on code, like whatever code you want, again you can write it. For an example, if you have to create a list kind of activities, for an example, normally say like point, like 1 is equal to apple, 2 is equal to mango, double enter, 3 is equal to pine, double enter, 4 is equal to grape, and again click on a text. Actually, I have done this in a code. I'm copying this. Let me delete this code and put one text box here. I'm pasting it. So this is a way you can implement in a sequential way. If you want everything to be in a bold statement, then give this command, tap enter, again tap enter to adjust the alignment. And for another one thing, how we can say is like, again you have a text here. For an example, hi, how are you? Now if you have to have everything in a new line, simply you can put BR statement. If you put BR, automatically it goes to the next line. You can see the corresponding changes, right? So this is how I make use of Google Collaboratory in order to teach my lectures. We can write statements, we can insert pictures, we can change the font alignments, and whatever things we do. This is actually a very good platform. Like just a program building platform, you cannot expect all this. Only in Jupyter Notebook kind of atmosphere, say in Google Collaboratory, and Anaconda Jupyter Notebook is there. You know, Anaconda is something like you can install and you can start work. You will get the same kind of atmosphere. So I usually prefer with Google Colab in order to practice things and in order to implement things. So this is again a very wise choice. In going further, if any installation is required for any kind of in-depth task and activities, we will install Anaconda Jupyter Notebook. So that is about today's lecture. I hope you will be happy in understanding about Jupyter Notebook. Again, this is actually an eye opener to many people who are new to Python and who are actually migrating from one other programming language to Python. This is actually gift for many people. So we'll watch you in the next video. Bye.